after reaching a high of 58 degrees. The normal for this time of year, 59, and you can see the record 77. So nowhere near that today after we deal with a comfortable evening kicking off your night here. Those temperatures into the 50s as we cool things down overnight, and we're dealing with no freezing cold temperatures here across the Wasatch Front. It won't be quite that cold, but we've been dealing with those hazy skies for much of the region here. 44 in Park City right now, 54 in Hanksville, 50 in Milford, 58 in Cedar City, and 72 right now in the St. George area, 40s in Vernal. Hazy conditions through the next few days, but eventually we're going to be dealing with some cleaner air, some clear skies, some warming temperatures. We'll let you know the next time we see some rain in the forecast. That's coming up. My First Alert weather.
A long-awaited expansion that will nearly double the skiable terrain. In fact, it will do that to more than 4,000 acres at this point, making Deer Valley one of the largest ski resorts in North America. Now, earlier today, I spoke to Emily Summers from Deer Valley Resort to check in on the progress and look back at the ideas and future plans becoming a reality. How did this project even come about years ago? Where did this begin, Emily?
Yeah, this project, this big expansion for Deer Valley has a long history. Like we just established, this is my 20th winter. It's been spoken about since I started in the early 2000s. And my understanding is it really came about through a land swap with MITA that was related to land needed for the 2002 Olympics. And so they came over and worked with Wasatch County, which just happened to be this parcel of land just adjacent to Deer Valley's border over on the east side. And it really started to heat up in about 2017. And there are key milestones there. First, that's the year Deer Valley was purchased by Alterra Mountain Company. And it's also the year that Xtel purchased the land that is now what is our expansion. And so the two parties really started working together over the years, recognizing the opportunity that Xtel needed a ski resort operator, and they were coming in to create this new village off Highway 40 and all this new terrain. And so in August of 2023, that's when Deer Valley officially became the ski resort operator, and all of the terrain was planned to be integrated in Deer Valley operations, and all of the staff at Deer Valley started to get really involved in making this a reality.
You've got places that are folding, you've got places that are peeling back, while Deer Valley and Alterra Mountain Company is able to keep the foot on the gas pedal and do more, which is extremely rare as far as I can see it. I mean, there are very few places, even here in Utah, that are able to add capital investment. And this isn't just a little bit, this is a big bit, doubling your terrain. So what does this do for people when they come out next year in this ski season?
Yeah, this is absolutely unheard of, this kind of expansion. It's doubling Deer Valley, over doubling. Like I said, in the last year, since December of last year, there'll be 10 new lifts and 100 new ski runs. We were at 103 ski runs prior. So this is double Deer Valley. And we're talking double Deer Valley, not just in ski runs, but over like in terrain. There's 4,300 acres. We were just over 2. There's new lodges coming. We have a new day lodge coming at the Deer Valley East Village. We have one coming at Park Peak at it's a new peak at Bald Mountain, behind Bald Mountain, and those are coming in the next couple years. And we are increasing our staff base, so you have the same Deer Valley guest experience. We've added 1,200 new parking spots over in the East Village for day skiers. That's almost as big as what we have at Snow Park. And it's just another arrival point. So it's just more accessibility. We're already so lucky in Utah to be so accessible. So it just makes it getting on the slopes a little easier for our skiers. And like Deer Valley is known for kind of managing that guest experience in all assets, and that's in all aspects, and that includes that daily skier cap. And we're still going to be implementing that. You're still going to see sold out days, because it's not just about terrain. It's about the overall experience, whether it's in our lodges or interacting with our staff. And so I'm really excited for this year, because I feel like as a skier, the terrain is like unlimited in terms of being able to explore and kind of being on the slopes in a more secluded spot. So this year, Deer Valley is doing an opening weekend exclusive for our Deer Valley season pass holders on November 29th and 30th, and that's the first time we're doing that. So that's a big thank you for our season pass holders. And then we open to public, all the types of ticket holders and pass holders on Monday, December 1st.
Well, if you drive through Park City, SR 40, for example, you've likely seen this development over the last year. A plan that started back in 2023 and has a to-be-determined completion date for the project. Proposed for build this season is the East Village Gondola and 6 new lifts. 4 quick ones for the Jazz. They are off and running. They are 2-2. Good job with that. We didn't even coordinate it. The Dave Fox is kind enough to talk Utah Jazz. He just slid in here. And what are your impressions through the first 4?
Well, first of all, they were in every game. No question about that. I mean, you get a rebound in Sacramento, you win that game. Last night was just nuts because that game was lost in the fourth quarter. They were down by, 21 points. They put Elijah Harkless in, and he comes up and almost single-handedly turns the defensive mentality around and brings the Jazz all the way back. That aside, the fans have really embraced the whole operation here. Look at opening night, the purple carpet. They were out there, they loved it. It can be really a struggle to not be impatient, you know what I'm saying, as a fan, because you go through can we use the T word? But they're not taking this year. But they're there. They're filling up the building. They understand what's going on. They're excited about these young players, and they have excitable young players. Ace Bailey, once he gets past the illness that has slowed him down, he's going to be sensational. And Larry Markin playing great. So there's just a lot of things going on. You asked my impression. My impression is, at least as they're going through this process, they're a lot of fun and really a good evening to go out and watch.
Talk about the fans. The Jazz have been doing it for the fans too. They did the jersey swap that night.
Yeah, that was
There
cool.
were fans waiting in line for 5, 6, 7 hours to be able to do that.
Did you have a jersey to swap out?
I did not have a jersey
either.
with my name or anybody's name on it. But I know a lot of the loyal fans were out there, and right now they're obviously loving what they see out of Mr. 51 points. But how about Keontae George, some of the other role players here that have really stepped in and looked good to start the year?
Well, Keontae, when he left for the offseason last year, his coaches told him, look, young man, you need to grow up on and off the court, and he's done both. He actually took a number of his teammates, invited him down to his home in Dallas. Go Cowboys, gotta love them. And they had all sorts of activities planned. And I'm not talking about bouncing a basketball. I'm talking about getting to know each other, which I thought was a very mature move for just a third-year player in Keontae George. Those are the kind of things that are really helping. Now his first few games, he's played great. He did stumble with 6 turnovers yesterday, and his defense is still somewhat, maybe a little bit suspect. But he's growing as a player right before our very eyes, as a number of the younger kids are.
Yeah, don't swear on this channel, by the way.
What
we
did
don't
I
use
I didn't swear.
That Dallas thing, I should have bleeped on that.
I didn't say
we should have hit the
New
bleep
Orleans
button. I know, we don't want that here. So looking ahead here, you mentioned Ace Bailey.
Yeah.
Through the first 4 games, we know he's battling the illness. But when he's healthy, with the road trip coming up, what can Jazz fans expect from him if he gets more of a workload?
I know preseason doesn't mean anything. Remember those first 2 preseason games when he popped for over 20 points. Now, yes, he's been battling an illness, and it wasn't a good illness. I heard he was in bed for 3 or 4 days. I don't know that for a fact, but that's just kind of what I had heard. It takes time to get over that, especially the rigors of an NBA game. But every game he's looking better and better and better. And then we know, the Jazz know who he is. Will Hardy knows who he is. He's going to give him every opportunity to succeed. I think this upcoming road trip, Brian, it's a 5-game road trip. And that's where things start to take their toll on especially young players because they're not used to that kind of thing. They're coming out of college where they played 30 games an entire season. They'll play that many before we even have the All-Star break. So that'll be a nice test for him. But don't worry about Ace Bailey. He is a remarkable talent. Maybe I've had a couple Jazz executives tell me they believe he is the most purely gifted athlete this team has ever had.
So the Jazz have the Suns. They've played the Suns already. They'll have them tomorrow night.
NBA League Cup game.
I was going to say, you've been doing this a little bit. Tomorrow night's game is where?
It's in Phoenix.
It's
you
on
mean on?
It's on what channel?
KJazz TV, the home of the Jazz. You can watch all the Jazz games on KJazz TV, and we're so proud to be their partners, and we'll continue that again this year.
It's a what cup game?
NBA Leagues Cup.
Oh, good.
It's a little tournament within the season.
Good.
And by the way, we also have a high school football tomorrow, so it's a double-header day of sports. We've got an afternoon playoff game and then the Jazz at night. How cool is that?
You know where to tune in.
Awesome.
Dave Fox, thanks for swinging by.
Okay, you got it.
Still ahead here on Arc Salt Lake, an abandoned mother dog found along Highway 89. This is in Davis County. After investigators say that her puppies were tossed from a moving car. Coming up here on Arc, the Good Samaritans who stepped in to save her. Well, for the animal lovers out there, this is a tough one. The animal torture case in Davis County, 6 puppies tossed from a fast-moving car. One man now accused of doing it before abandoning the pup's emaciated mother. Brian Malahy is with the man here fostering the mother dog.
Do you suspect that this dog just walked up and couldn't move any more?
I definitely had that suspicion. She just was so tired.
Dustin Conk and another person spotted Mama Dog nearly a week ago in Bountiful.
And she would walk a little bit and then again just lay right back down.
Before that, Memphis Lohr is accused of tossing the puppies from his car on Highway 89. An investigator says Lohr told him he was going 65.
I mean, this is one of God's creations. You don't have to dump an animal on the side of the road, let alone a mother who's caring for 4, 5, 6 other puppies. I mean, that to me, it's disgusting.
Hi, Mama.
Now, Mama and surviving puppies are recovering with a foster family. Images in the dogs from Dustin and also from Cindy Blanchard. One puppy that had been missing was found today, taken for treatment. As for Memphis Lore, he was released from jail with conditions. In Davis County, Brian Malachy, KUTV 2 News.
Well, if you're no longer able to care for a pet, you can contact your city's animal services or private shelter like the Humane Society of Utah. Most organizations require an application and may have fees or specific requirements to surrender. A few organizations that accept animal surrenders include Salt Lake County Animal Services, Sandy City Animal Services, Cash Humane Society, and Rescue Rovers. Tonight on 2 News at 10, more than 1,000 wildfires in Utah this year, but only one man to investigate most of them. I spoke to the only full-time investigator with the Division of Forestry, Fire and State Lands about challenges he faces and the push for more staff. It's tonight at 10 when I investigate difficulties in recouping the money spent to put fires out that were caused by humans and take a deeper look at what caused some of Utah's most known wildfires that we covered a lot this past year. Meteorologist Sean Kelly here. A fire forecast non-existent, which is nice. I shouldn't say that, but really minimal at this point. We've got those cool nights. We've got those chilly nights.
We're forgetting the record-breaking rain, too.
Record-breaking rain. We had an insane month of October.
We did.
I'm very well aware of it. We finally cleaned up the basement for the most part after that water decided to come in. So I'm very aware of our record-breaking rain.
And we're actually at average for the year as a whole for rain, too. Okay. So we were in a pretty large deficit by a couple inches. We're back to normal here, but the next few days, no rain in the forecast. In fact, the next 6 days we're dealing with dry conditions. So get outside and enjoy it in the days ahead, because I want to make sure everyone's taking advantage of this peace and quiet before things start to get more active, hopefully, as we get into perhaps the second week of November. But yeah, we've got cool nights and mild afternoons ahead. Dry through the weekend, valley, haze, and weak conversions continuing to be also the main focus of the story. We started off unseasonably cool today into the middle 30s. We had highs today just 1 degree below normal, but still unseasonably cool. We've got inversions here in the forecast, and that'll bring us some air quality issues. So if you're someone that's sensitive to that, you may want to plan to limit your time outdoors, unfortunately, here over the next several days. We've had clear skies and plenty of sunshine today, but you see that cloud coverage back out towards the west. That will fill in through the overnight, but then waking up to plenty of sunshine tomorrow morning through the afternoon. Increasing clouds again tomorrow evening as we head into the weekend. High pressure system really builds in overhead. This will bring us some of the warmest temperatures we've seen in a long time here as we start to get back up close to 70 degrees, not quite there. And then all eyes will be on about 1 week away from today. Better chance for some rain and some storms moving in, and perhaps after this time frame we can get going on some winter up into the mountains there with some snowstorms. So we'll be watching out for that. In the meantime, though, it's quiet out ahead of it. We're into the 30s as we head into the overnight. Trick-or-treaters, Halloween plans tomorrow evening. 50s, cooling off into the 40s. Gorgeous weather. And then again for college game day forecasts here. Nice and cold early in the morning for those early risers. But for the kickoff later on in the evening and tailgating before the game, fantastic weather. 60s, cooling off into the 50s. St. George, we're getting close to 80 degrees or so as we head into the weekend. And then really nice into next week across the Wasatch Front. Also dealing with some nice temperatures here each and every day. Above normal for a change after dealing with feels like a week of colder than normal temperatures. Really nice Sunday, the pick of the weekend. Also, we fall back. We get that extra hour of sleep, but those really early sunsets, I believe we go from 6:30 sunset to 5:30 sunset.
Oh,
so
goodness.
It's a big change.
All right. Decent golf attempts perhaps next week. Meanwhile, in the mountains, they're gearing up, getting going here. Those temperatures at the higher elevations, I'd imagine overnight, if they are anywhere from that, 28-degree threshold or so, they could start blowing snow and building the base.
Yeah, I do think they got a little ahead of schedule, carried away here because of just how quiet it's going to be the next week. Especially with how, I mean, we're pushing close to 70 degrees as we get into the weekend. But we're hoping, I think, a week from today, it'll start to get colder again and more active weather.
I think there's just a lot of excitement, too, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
We have the resorts, one of which wants to open very shortly, and then others are more teetering on that Thanksgiving timeline, which is what we're used to here in Utah for an opening sort of scenario where some of our friends in the cottonwoods will get things going right around Thanksgiving. If we see a change in the pattern, maybe we'll get there.
Hopefully that week 2, November, it's going to be it's going to be a very slow start to November. In fact, just dead quiet start to November here, but I'm hoping for some big changes, and I'm going to just sit back and enjoy the warm weather while it lasts, because before we know it, it's going to be cold and snowing down here in the valleys every day. So,
all right, something to look forward to if you're into that sort of thing. Thank you, Sean. Still ahead here on Arc Salt Lake, firefighters in Coachella keeping things spooky this weekend, but their message isn't all tricks and treats. Coming up here on Arc Salt Lake, the haunted station's viral reminders. All right, Spooky Sean, let's finish this up here. Firefighters at Station 79 in Coachella, California, asking people to save the ghoulish behavior for the professionals.
Coachella, all right.
Yeah, I knew that would have you going.
In the caption of the viral post, they wrote, "Firefighters might be haunting the station and keeping things spooky, but safety is never in disguise.
The department there giving a few safety tips for Halloween, including staying visible, carrying a flashlight, advising cars to slow down in neighborhoods, and keeping decorations away from open flames. Good idea. First he was cut off and now he's kicked out. Prince Andrew is being stripped of his remaining titles and evicted from his royal residence near Windsor Castle.
Yeah, according to a statement from Buckingham Palace, he will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
He's moving from his royal lodge into a private home, if you're interested in that. Have a good night.